Zman Mincha will be 8:20. Tomorrow morning we'll be davening at 6:10. Now for a very quick Devar Torah. One of the major distinctions between Korach and Moshe, it's Korach stood on his title. I'm a Levi, you have to treat me as such. This is who I am. Moshe, on the other hand, didn't stand on his title. It's like Reb Moshe Feinstein was once walking on the Lower East Side, and a little child yelled out, "Hey, Moshe!" And he turned. Like, it didn't matter to him that it was a small child and was using his first name and not calling him Harab, etc., or Rabbi. Moshe did not stand on his title. There was no job that he was given that he considered to be beneath his dignity. That's another clear distinction. What was Moshe doing when he was at Har Sinai before Hashem called him from the sneh, the burning bush? One of the sheep, one of the lambs that he was in charge of had gotten lost. And he was spending his valuable time searching for this lamb. And Hashem decided that if he will take time to look for this lamb, how much more so will he take time to help his fellow Jew? It'll go out of his way for his fellow Jew. And that was the key ingredient to Moshe. He would never say, "That's not my job." Something that you hear a lot, especially these days. "It's not my job." Well, somebody has to do it. And Moshe figured, if somebody has to do it and nobody else is around, then it has to be me. I have to do the job. A very famous story that when Grant was appointed to be General of the Army of the Potomac in 1864, he was already famous throughout the United States for his victories in the West. He came east, he and his son got to Washington, D.C. late. They went to a hotel, and Grant looked slovenly. He didn't wear his stars on his uniform. He just looked like just another general, but he looked slovenly. People didn't pay much attention to him. He went to the hotel to get a room, and the clerk said, "Oh, okay, we'll give you," and he gave him the worst room in the hotel, because they figured, this is a nobody, why should I go out of my way for him? And Grant said, okay. He and his son went to that room, but then the clerk looked at who signed the book. And he suddenly realized he had just given one of the most important people at that time the worst room. And he apologized, and Grant said, "It's okay. I needed a room, you gave me a room." He didn't stand on his rank and demand that they, pay honor to him. He was in Washington to do a job, to win the war. The rest was just, it was just there. Grant realized he had a mission. Moshe realized he had a mission. Korach thought the mission was him. Moshe believed the mission was the Torah and the Jewish people. Something to think about, Kaddish Rabbanim.